Hello, and welcome to another episode of Entertaining Jeremy. My hair doesn't really fit in the frame right now. It got big, and I didn't do it yet today. But I thought I'd go all natural. Not naked, though. That would be weird. But, that's my hair. I have a lot of it. Anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about a book, which you probably already got from the title, where it says Fragment book. So you probably already know it's a book. This is the book. It's called Fragment by Warren Fahy. Or Fahy. It's probably Fahy. James Rollins. He's my favorite author. And usually any book that gets tagged by him, I'm already interested and I usually pick it up. So I picked this one up. The first couple of chapters, like the prologue was interesting, and then the first couple of chapters were just like, okay, because there's a whole lot of people that get introduced. And so I was just like, alright, that's cool. And then by the time I got to here, I stayed up for like 7 hours reading, and if I didn't have to go to bed, or if I didn't have to go to work the next morning, I probably would have just stayed up all night and finished reading it, because it was really, 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 really good. There's a lot of references to Jurassic Park when this book comes to, so if you liked reading the book, which of course is better than the movie, although the movie was really good, but if you like reading the book of Jurassic Park, then you'll probably like this one, or reading it. But it's also an action-adventure, which I don't know what your kind of favorite book genres are, but mine are action-adventure, which is not to be confused with mystery and thriller, even though Borders and Barnes & Noble puts action-adventures usually in mystery and thriller, which drives me crazy, because they're not mystery and thriller. They're action-adventure. They should have a whole category of action-adventure, because like Indiana Jones is mystery and thriller, but it's like, no, action-adventure is what I long for. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Okay, so the whole premise of this book is there's a reality show called Sea Life, in which they have these like youngish doctors and scientists on this ship that go around, and like they went to like Easter Island and Galapagos Island and stuff like that. But ratings were kind of down, and then they get this distress call from this one of the only uncharted places left in the world. It's this like small island that's only like 2 miles wide, and the where it's positioned was like far and like down away from normal trade routes because it's real bad weather, so no one ever goes down there, and it's far enough away from a mainland that you can't fly there. So it's all those like it just kind of sat around for. It's called Hender's Island, and the only reason it's called that was because like 200 years prior, which is in the prologue, this captain of the ship, his name was Hender, they accidentally discovered it, something horrendous happened, and they killed some people. I'm not keeping that as a spoiler, I'm saying like they don't even really describe, they just said like the devil lives there, and they leave. And then so they get this distress call, so the producer of the show is super excited about it, and they're like, let's go! And I'm talking like by page 70, crazy stuff happens. Like half the people die by page 70. So I was just like, what? The whole kind of idea of this island is long time ago when, if you guys know about like super continents, it was basically the idea that all the continents that we know now, they at one time were like formed together and then broke up and then formed together and then broke up. There's like 3 phases of them. I don't remember. The third one was called like Pangea. I don't really remember what the first 2 were. But so the idea is that this island at one time was part of kind of this whole supercontinent, but then it broke off, and then when like Pangea formed, which is when they say like when dinosaurs came around and stuff like that, which is why you find dinosaur bones all over the world, because at one time the whole world was together. So there's Pangea, and then this island never quite made it over there, and so when evolution started, the dinosaurs and then single cell organisms growing and expanding and then eventually becoming humans, which then when the island spread back out, or the continent spread back out to what we know now, this island of Hender never quite reached that. So when evolution happened, we all went one way, and this island went another way. So it's not like a land lost in time or anything like that. So there's no like dinosaurs or anything. It's a 100% totally different evolution. So there's things there that don't exist. Like there's crazy plants, crazy animals. Like this thing is a disc crab, I think they call her, or disc ant, because it's really small, and like it's circular and it walks like that, or it can go flat and walk and go flat and walk. And then on top of the thing, there's its offspring, which are the exact same thing but smaller. And then on top of those offspring are even smaller ones. So there's this, like, it goes and like it can fling itself like little Chinese flying discs, and it like gets caught into your leg and it like cuts you open. And when it cuts you open, all the little ones crawl inside and start. And basically they describe it as it looks like you're melting because they consume you so fast. They have like 8 stomachs, so they like consume you really fast. And then there's this other thing which they call a hinder rat. It's this weird, creepy creature thing. Kind of the same thing right there too. So those are like the main kind of the big main foes of this island. There's kind of the side story between these 2 other scientists that are on the mainland, and one is like really scientific, and one's kind of like a sellout scientist who like works for media and stuff like that. And they both get asked their opinion a lot. And then it goes back to the island, in which there's now like Navy people surrounding, and the president basically is trying to decide if this place is safe or if it's dangerous and what we need to do with it. So they send those 2 scientists over, and they all kind of figure out what to do. And then throughout it, there's a surprise, which I don't want to ruin, but it gets hinted at kind of in the middle of a book where someone gets lost and you think they die, but then it hints that they don't die. And it gets hinted that they meet somebody else that you also thought was dead but is not dead. So you're wondering, how did they survive? And the kind of answer to that was the only part of this book that was kind of like weird. Because I was totally tracking with this book. It was awesome. And then when you find out this, it's like, okay, that's a little weird, but you know what? I'll give it to you. So, he's currently, this is the only book he's ever written. He's currently working on a sequel to this book, which I'm really excited about. If you enjoy action-adventure type books about, you know, groups of people trying to fight crazy, not supernatural, but crazy, like, things, this is a cool book. If you really liked reading Jurassic Park, this is a cool book. Yeah. And so one of those fun little paperback, I think they call them like summer reads, which I don't ever say because I read them all the time. These are my favorite kind of books. These like little paperback novels that you can get. $7.99 at Borders, or you can find it at a used bookstore for probably like $3, or, you know, whatever. Or find someone like me that you can borrow it from, because I would let you borrow it. You seem trustworthy. You can borrow this, but most of you guys don't live in Florida, so I'm not going to mail this to you. But you should check it out if you like those kind of fun books. So, there's Fragment by Warren Fahy. Till next time, I'll be finding things that entertain me, thus entertaining you.